Alright everyone, welcome back to another video, and last time we just left off with the artillery and tanks going to Bardia, ready to take it from the Italians. We are now on to this page, which is a long paragraph or two, I'm not really sure, it's not broken into a paragraph, but about the Great London Fire, December 29th, 1940. The Great Fire of London, December 29th, 1940. Wow, they just repeated that. Christmas brought an undeclared truce in the aerial warfare over Britain. Though there was some activity on the 29th, there was some activity on the 27th and the 28th. On the night of the 29th came the explanation of the lull. Shortly after dark, waves of raiders flying over the heart of the city of London rained thousands of incendiary and explosive bombs on its historic buildings in a deliberate effort to surpass the efforts of the Great Fire of 1666. St. Paul's St. Paul's, close ringed by flame, remained as by a miracle practically unharmed. But many of Sir Christopher Wren's famous churches and the 500-year-old Guildhall, banks, offices, and shops by the hundreds were reduced to ashes. Although the night watchers on the outskirts saw the great dome of St. Paul standing out against an awesome background of flame, yet throughout the city's we're going to use my finger here because I am losing my place, as you can probably tell. Yeah. Okay, let me just regain my place. Yet throughout the city's works went on as the fire services, police, and civil defense workers toiled nobly at the risk of limb and life to fight the flames. They could start fresh fires. Newspaper workers stayed at their posts amid the conflagration, so that there would be no delay in the distribution of their paper in the morning. Not till the next day, and hardly then, could the full extent of the destruction be realized. In spite of the ferocity of the assault, and although 3 hospitals were hit, casualties were surprisingly few. It was made known a few days later that the attack would have been prolonged and developed still more fiercely would have been prolonged and developed still more fiercely had not the sudden development of bad weather over northern France foiled the planes of the Luftwaffe. Realizing that much of the damage by incendiary bombs might have been avoided if they had been dealt with immediately, they fell. The government decided to make fire watching compulsory and took powers to conscript all employers and employees to share, if necessary, in the protection of their places of work from firebombs. The picture shows buildings on the riverbank with St. Paul's, the right, and the slender spire of destroyed St. Bridges silhouetted against the flame at the height of the raid. So, St. Paul's. Here's St. Paul's. The fact that it's not, like, they've talked about it many times. St. Paul's has been, they've been trying to bomb it, and it's still just standing proud against, basically, the German attacks. Many people would have seen this as, or the surviving of St. Paul as, well, good has not been destroyed yet. Evil keeps trying to destroy good, but good will not be destroyed. It will not stand down against the attack. And so this would have been a huge rallying cry to many people. And that would be, and then this slender spire here would be St. Is it Breed's? Yeah, St. Breed's, and it's silhouetted. So maybe this. I don't know. Hard to say, but yeah. Obviously, this fire was devastating, but the people of London would not give up. How the heart of London looked after the Second Great Fire. December 29th, 1940. The city after the raid. It was a battered London to which workers came on the morning after the raid. Miles of house lay tangled everywhere. Firemen and auxiliaries were still pouring powerful jets of unextinguished fires. And many workers had to walk long distances before discovering whether their offices still stood. The pictures show, top left, St. Paul's seen through the ruined archway of a smoldering building. Center, firefighting appliances burnt out while fighting the flames. Right, firemen at work in a main city street. Bottom left, office workers climb over hoses on their way to work. Right, firemen and soldiers bring up hose. So there we see St. Paul's in the archway of this burning wreck. Now, obviously, this is an actually pretty great picture because it shows the devastation, and then in the background you can still see St. Paul still standing strong against the German invaders, you would say. Here we see, just making sure I say each of these right for you guys. Firefighting appliances, what this is, being burned out after fighting a fire. So they were doing their best, but the flames were probably too much. Like I said, it was a great fire. This is firemen at work in the city center, trying their best to put out those flames. I don't know what that is, but it's like super prominent in this picture. Odd. But yeah. Here we see the civilians walking over the hoses like, well, on my way to work. The spirit here of these people is unwavering. And here we see the soldiers and firemen, wherever they are, doing their best to bring up more hosing, trying to get these fires out, trying to save their city. London Guildhall as the German raiders left it. December 29th, 1940. Guildhall wrecked in fire raid. The City of London's Civic Centre, the historic Guildhall, begun in 1411 and remodeled by Sir Christopher Wren after the First Great Fire, was in large part reduced to ruins as a result of the fire which broke out when sparks and burning timbers fell on its roof from the tower of the adjoining church of St. Lawrence's Jewelry. The famous banqueting hall scene of the Lord Mayor's annual banquet on November 9th is shown on the left, right above the entrance to the councillor's chamber, below the Lord Mayor surveying the damage. Yeah, we can see that Guildhall is just wrecked. This historic building, it's been around since 1411, which is old, like old. This building was made before the fall of Constantinople. Like, that's a long time ago at this point. It was long ago then. It's even longer now, obviously. But, yeah, it's just been wrecked. This is the entrance of the councillor chamber. You can see more ceiling just blown into it. Well, there seems to be a statue still standing. Valiantly. But yeah, this place has just been wrecked. And here we see the Lord Mayor surveying the damage, as they said. I'm sure for many of these people, it was just horrid to see all the damage that had happened to their city, including this. Some of these buildings are old. You know, they're ancient, but they still were. Fire is the great equalizer here, I guess. No matter how old or how important historically you are, fire does not care. And then this is going to be the last page for this video. 29th of December, 1940. The desolated city. This picture, taken from the summit of St. Paul's, shows one of the areas where the Great Fire raged most fiercely. The shattered walls to the left were Paternoster Square, Newgate Street, Paternoster Row, and Warwick Lane, marked by the limits of the area shown. There have been housed businesses, firms whose names were known at the other end of the world. And yeah, we can see the damage. They said, oh, look, there's the different districts, but from here, you can't tell. Not really. It just looks like a burning rubble. It's awful to think of the terrible destruction that went on here. Just awful. And they said casualties were low, but casualties are still unfortunate. And we wish they never happened. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Tell me what I can improve on. And as always, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you.